So I was standing in the shower, and it occurred to me that when Bash got pulled into the first world, he wouldn't know what his human form looked like after the ritual. And that intrigued me, because you can't ever see yourself, right? Well, unless you have a mirror, but I guess Bash never looked in one. And I thought to myself, wouldn't that be interesting if I put Bashk inside of Nugra's mind and then had him meet with human Bashk? And really, I just kind of took it and ran. So, I don't know. I haven't listened back to that episode where Bashk inhabits Nugra, but I recall at the time being like, I'm committed now.
Yeah. When
that went the way that it went. And I was like, okay.
And like kind of the foreshadowing up to this, like of Narissa saying, he's like a very important thing to do, And like, so by him ensuring Nugra's survival, I have to think that Nugra is just going to be laying some fucking chaos down in this camp, and that's going to help us. Or like, it's how important was it that he survived? Like, I'm really interested to see as a player where that goes.
Yeah. As a result, as a consequence of Bashk kind of inhabiting Nugra's thoughts and lighting that fire under Nugra, is now running amok throughout the Staglord camp, and who knows what he's going to do. But he's up and around, and he's angry. he's unhappy, and I can see why. He's been imprisoned. But I just dropped my pencil. I just threw it. Where'd it go?
Mike's throwing dice on the floor right now.
It's gone forever. Gone forever. You'll find it when you move.
I hope it was the D20 that you used to kill Bashk.
I didn't use a D20 to kill
right.
Bashk.
Well, no, that's right.
Bashk to kill Bashk.
Bashk used the D20 to kill Bashk.
Yeah, hats off. You found a way to kill a player character and honestly not make yourself responsible for it. Like that is GMing peak right there. That was nice.
Thank you.
And looking back at that episode, like the fact that he let us off the hook of like, no, we won't go through all the ritual mechanics. You guys, Bashk looks human. Like, it's all gonna be fine. Like, man, he just set that. And then the what was it you did with the henchman? We had a
the mini game. Yeah,
we had a mini game to play with them.
Mini game.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal with that. So I was like, I don't think this is going my way right now. I think these guys are so committed to just engaging the Staglord right away that they're not going to let me like split them up. And so I was like, how am I going to get them? How am I going to get Bashk to the cellar? And then I remembered we all grew up playing video games. And I was like, you know what?
Dick.
If I tell them that there's a mini game to get influence points they're just going to do it. And
you're such a fucking asshole.
You were there.
I like the whole time. I'm like, I've drawn my bow and I want to shoot at Staglord. And Mike's just shaking his head no. I'm like,
right.
I don't. What do you mean no?
I have at one point like 3 enemy NPCs surrounding me. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking explode right now. Let's go.
And the whole time, I don't know if Mike had us up on the. I don't know if Mike had Zencaster up so could see us. But I always watch you guys when we play, and every time like Brad's like, I'm gonna explode. I'm like, I want to shoot that. Mike was just shaking his head, like, no, you're not doing it.
And the way that I saw that was like it was one of those like you don't want to do that like TPK. Right. If really that's the way that I read it, the body language, it was very well done.
Yeah. 3 lieutenants.
It was very well done.
Fucking Staglord, 5 bandits.
I just thought it was funny. Like I'd be like, Mike, I want to shoot him. He's just shaking his head. No.
I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. Plus, I set something up 7 episodes or 8 episodes ago.
So now we still have 3 lieutenants, 5 bandits, and a Staglord minus 1 PC.
We're just down a player. So that works out well. Thanks, Mike.
Well,
but we're also still disguised. So
that's a good
You're
point.
Still disguised.
We could retreat.
You're right. We should just leave.
You could leave. That would be interesting.
The Staglord wins. We just let him keep this part of the lands.
Yeah, sorry, Svetlana. Oleg was dead. Sorry.
Yeah, we traded Oleg.
Oh my God. So let's review kind of where we're at right now. So last episode ended with sort of that realization, at least on the player's part, that Bashk Trand is, dead. Except not really, because Narissa, with Bashk's permission, took his soul back to the first world.
But we don't know
and
any of that.
Bashk's going to become a time cop. But yeah, you guys don't know that. In fact, the truth is you don't really know where Bashk Trand is at all. you guys have all kind of moved up to the second floor of the Stag Lord's fort, doing your minigame. You guys are doing your minigame. And as you recall, Nugra has emerged from the cellar and has started a ruckus on the first floor of the Stag Lord's fort. And I think it might be useful for our listeners if I were to maybe describe more in depth kind of both floors of this fort. So the fort is smaller than you might think it is. It's really not that large. And it contains the main facet of the fort is this large stone building. It's about 60 feet wide and 60 feet tall. So it's a square. It's a square stone building. Now, looping around this square stone building are raised bridges. And these raised bridges go from guard tower to guard tower to guard tower. And then down in the building are stairs that lead up into these raised areas. The Stag Lord himself seems to have some quarters down in the south, which you guys have not seen yet. But otherwise, the bandits seem to congregate inside the large stone building, where there's also a caged owl bear. And then you also have guards up in these guard towers on the second floor. And then on the top of the stone building is apparently where they keep their prisoners. And we described that there are 3 prisoners up there right now. Oleg is there. As you can see, I've assigned him the Wounded 3 condition. There is also this orc that's up there who is wounded as well. And another prisoner that you really haven't seen much of yet. And Mitch was, I don't remember what minigame assignment Mitch had because there wasn't a minigame, as we've already established. So Mitch is up on the top of the stone building right now. And so, Mitch, you've got a pretty decent view of the camp up on top of this building. And in fact, your view is so good that you can see Nugra. I've just revealed to you on the map. Nugra is down on the floor of the Stag Lord's fort, down on the first floor, really out in the grass, basically. And it looks as though he's circling around and getting ready to enter the main part of the building where you know that a bunch of people are. You also see Ox, one of these 3 lieutenants, kind of the more simple dude, And as you look down behind you, you also see Valerie, who is down there. Valerie was assigned to tend the horses, I guess, because she's down there with the horses, and she's kind of looking around confusedly as Nugra runs out from the cellar on a rampage. Meanwhile, Sirio and Dry were sent to go bring supplies to the guards in the guard towers. You guys have circled around to the south of the building, and you have gone up a set of steps into this enclosed sort of barracks-like room, which then has an opening to the west that then leads to a raised bridge that then goes to these 2 guard towers. So you can see a guard in front of you. The guard is sort of whirling around with his bow in his hand. He's reacting to the commotion, but he's not really in a position to see much, and you guys aren't either. You're beginning to realize that these guard towers, while they do provide some protection inside the fort, they're really designed to look outside the fort to see threats coming, from elsewhere. So that's about where we see things right now. I've kind of scratched my head about how to run this encounter because,
well, Mike,
just go ahead.
A little clarification, because I think I was sent to tend the prisoners. I'm assuming that I had to bring some supplies up, and it sounds like Dry and Sirio were kind of on the same thing to give supplies to the bandits. Totally. I'm assuming that those supplies include like maybe 10 lesser health elixirs.
No less
maybe
than
some
10 lesser
alchemical
health elixirs.
bombs.
No, you've got water and hardtack.
Oh, fuck. All right.
And also Sirio and Dry have water and hardtack.
It's a fun mini game.
So there's a bunch of combatants here, and as thrilling as it might be for me to begin making a bunch of rolls and essentially play Pathfinder with myself while you guys sit there as I start to, make rolls to see how the situation on the ground develops, I thought it might be a little bit more interesting to instead update you guys at the top of each round as to what is happening downstairs, what you're hearing, what you're seeing. I have a general idea. I've done some rolls. I kind of know what's going to happen, but you guys aren't necessarily in a position to see things. I think the best idea right now would be actually to put the 3 active players right now into rounds. You guys can begin performing your turns, reacting to the things that you can see. And then I will update you on what you hear in between rounds. What do you guys think about that?
Okay.
I like that.
Works for me.
Yep.
Yeah?
Donnie, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, Donnie, what's your take on all this?
I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. What are you guys doing?
He's browsing
Right over there, or
I
what you
am.
doing, man?
I picked up a new hobby. I'm listening to another podcast. It's really good, though.
He's trying to join another podcast.
He's reading
I'm free now.
sports almanac from 2005 or whatever it was.
Oh, 2015.
2015, yeah.
Yeah. Another back to you. Yeah, Donnie, you're free agent at this point. But I'm glad you took time out of your
Do you want us
day
to call you if something comes up? I mean,
It's just
yeah, Donnie,
it's just like muscle memory at this point. I'm like, oh, it's time to go record. Yeah.
He just showed up. He didn't know what else to
Like
do.
you're in good spirits, Donnie.
so do we need to start off with a
I
initiative
think
roll?
we
or-
need our perception-based initiative checks to realize where you're at, that something is happening.
This will dictate what dice I use today.
Yeah.
Chris.
Got a 24.
Okay. Mitchell Groning.
Put a 10 on the dice, so it's a 15. So I think I'll stick this dice out for the episode.
Dry Colmay.
25.
Holy shit.
Okay. Bashtrand.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
And I still don't say it.
Oh dear. Oh dear. All right. I got interesting news for you guys. Mitch, you look behind you, off to the north, past this building roof, past this raised bridge, down to the ground near the gate. And you see an old man, okay, on knobbly legs, and his hands are glowing with green leafy power, right? He's got this beard.
Is he
There's
wearing like
leaves in his
stained boxers
beard.
and that's it? Just
Yeah. Basically, what he's wearing is he's wearing tidy whities and a white tank top.
oh god, it's like probably all like stained and yellow and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
I mean, he's
okay.
just not in a good state. He has not been well cared for, and he's about to let everybody know.
okay.
Because he comes tearing out of the building. He looks north, a couple different move actions, right? And then he screams in rage and runs back into the building,
Oh god.
back to where those bandits were like eating apple pie and hanging out and shit, okay? And I don't know quite what Mitch thinks of that. Mitch, what do you think? What? It's kind of a random little thing, right?
What the fuck? Okay, so and I guess going back, we had some travel time with Bash. Would he have just? Well, no, he never looked at it. He has no idea what Nugra looks like
I guess
because
that's
he was
true.
looking
He
from
was
inside his eyes.
of him.
I guess
Yes.
no fucking idea who this guy is. Some crazy,
I'm gonna
guy
give
runs
you
around.
the perception check. I guess it would be just to kind of see, so that. I mean, we're in the meta right now. We know who this is, but
Right.
I just want to know if Mitch can make that connection.
All right, here we go.
So make the roll.
16.
Weird old dude. Weird old dude.
Get off
Weird
my
old
lawn.
dude. Yeah, I mean, he looks druidic to you.
Looking
You're
for his
like-
Pall Malls and his.
Doesn't even look
Lucky.
Jewish.
Yeah,
He looks druidic. Okay.
cut that. So,
It's from Spaceballs.
oh, it is. Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry. I didn't know that.
She doesn't even look Jewish. Come on, man. Mike, I'm gonna have to send you that movie.
I've not seen it actually.
You've never seen Spaceballs?
I haven't seen it either.
Oh my god, that movie's so great.
I've heard that quote plenty of times though. So yeah, so just crazy white guy, white old dude just runs around, beard not well kept. His hands are glowing.
Very
just-
normal day in Russia kind of thing.
Yeah, he's got a bear with him.
Does the bear follow?
The bear. No, you don't see the bear.
Okay, a bear.
I think it's a bit of a Pooh Bear hole situation where the bear can't get out of the hole.
Still
That's what's
gnawing on
going
a lizard.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, normal day in Florida. This guy just kind of runs through, and you're like, huh.
Expecting to see his caretakers follow him out.
Yeah, right. And then, Mitch, you begin to hear kind of a commotion. It's not your turn yet, but you were able to see this happen. There's a bit of a snafu brewing in the building below you. It'd be, what it would be cool is if the floor fell out from under you.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I would make you explain the structural integrity of the floor and why it collapsed.
I would consult you in that. Let's say, well, Brad, if it were to have collapsed, how would it happen? Yeah, so there's this commotion, okay? Drycolme, it is your turn, and you hear a commotion from your vantage point far to the south. You're on the other side of the wall of this building. You can't see in. You're not sure what it could be, but something's going on. You hear raised voices, and you hear like an angry yell.
I'm with Sirio, so we're supposed to be bringing up water and supplies. Is this the only guy we see in the guard tower in front of us?
Yeah, there's a guard tower directly in front of you, and in that guard tower is a bandit. And that bandit is armed with a bow, and he's looking around and unsure what's going on himself.
I'm just going to look at Sirio, and I'm going to draw my thumb across my neck, and then I'm going to nod and smile. And I'm going to wait for Sirio to reply to me.
A little out of combat discussion. So are you deferring your turn until we get to Sirio?
Yes. I'm going to wait to see. Well, can we have a conversation? Can we just talk for a minute?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna nod at the guard, look at Chris, and just draw my thumb across Sirio, and draw my thumb across my neck, and smiling the whole time, and then just nod at him. And Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll nod back.
Fuck yeah. Well, should we roll for initiative now, or should we wait?
You're in, buddy.
Well, so Draw's gonna pull the bow. He's gonna hunt target, or hunt prey.
Okay. All right, so you pull the bow on this guy, you hunt prey.
I roll a 15 plus 9, so that's a 24.
That's a hit, man. We haven't rolled an attack roll in a while.
I know, I'm like, wait, how is it? So that's an 8. Yeah, that's 8 damage.
So this commotion breaks out. Draw, you drop your water and hardtack. It all crashes to the ground. Out comes the bow. You knock the arrow, and you plant this arrow in the side of this dude's, torso. And he looks at you wide-eyed. That is the end of your turn. Mm-hmm. The commotion continues. And that brings us to Sirio Xavier Sertova.
Yeah. So Sirio's gonna also drop what he's holding, the water and the hardtack, and produce flame against this bandit.
I was secretly hoping you guys would do the Braveheart thing and run up to him and dump him over the side and impale him on the wall.
Right outside the window of the
that would require me to make some rolls that I probably would have failed.
I get that.
Because just for the listeners, this bandit they're attacking is directly over what we think is the quarters for the Stag Lord.
Yeah.
That's true.
Am I reading that map correctly? Yeah, because that's a still grayed out area. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't need a body falling on the ground outside the Stag Lord's house.
You guys got me. We're never going to be able to trust each other again.
No, we're not. Never. I don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth.
Episode 31, I destroyed all trust and friendship that we all once had.
I'm impressed. Nobody rolled a perception check on the guard to make sure it wasn't a past self of themselves.
What if that guard is an older version of Sirio or something, and Sirio's like, "No, I'm embedded in here right now. What's going on? I had to come."
Mike should have killed the whole party, but we're actually going to kill ourselves.
How's that fucking produce flame coming, Chris?
I'm just waiting for you guys. Okay, I don't interrupt people. So yeah, spell attack roll here.
Go ahead.
13 plus 9, 22.
Fuck yeah.
We call that a hit, man. We call that a hit in
right.
Stolen Lands.
Roll some fire damage. 7 fire damage.
Ooh, he's alive, but almost dead.
All right, now with my third action, I'm going to kind of run up about 10 steps and put the wall between me and basically get out of line of sight of this guy.
Does Priest Flame, does that do a damage over time as well? Or is that just a one
if
hit?
you crit with it, it does.
Okay.
I don't know. Donnie, you want to play Valerie?
No, I don't.
I'll play Valerie.
No.
What would Valerie do?
Mike, if you'd like me to play Valerie, I will play Valerie.
No. I respect you. I know you're taking up cross stitching over there. I don't want to distract you. I think Valerie is going to stop what she's doing, and What do you want her to do? You want her to run in after the old man, or do you want her? What do you guys think?
Does she know? Does she know that Bash went to the basement?
Probably, yeah.
I think since she saw the old man run out of there, I feel she should go down there and see. She would go check to make sure Bash is okay.
Yeah, if he went by himself, Bash went by himself, then if she knew that, then she would go
and just saw that old man come running out in his Spider-Man underwear.
Yeah.
Spider-Man underwear. That's funny. Valerie, that's a good idea. That's a smart thing for her to do. That makes sense. She's going to run into this building in here and over to the cellar entrance, which is about 3 move actions away. And as she runs in there, she sees Dundee.
Oh.
And Dundee is in this room, and he is going nuts. He's going crazy, and he looks up at Valerie helplessly. He's just growling and moaning. He's not okay. That's the end of Valerie's turn. That brings us to Bandit E.
Shit.
Who has a single health point.
Oh, no.
Help! They're up here! 1 action to point out. He's going to run. He runs away down this raised tunnel toward the guard tower to the north. Mitch, you've heard that. You've heard this commotion. Something's happening.
So I saw an old dude run out from the building and then run back into the building out of my line of sight, kind of through this rickety pathway to the guard tower to the northeast of me.
And
kind of like through the slats.
But it also kind of looks like you can see Valerie down here, too.
Yeah, yep. I see her running to, and do I see Dundee?
I suppose you must, yeah. Okay. Now that I'm kind of looking at this more, you can look down from the crumbled ceiling and you can see Dundee and Valerie down there by the cellar opening that, Bash went down.
Right. So clearly shit has hit the fan. Like
something is wrong. Yeah, right. Something is very wrong.
Deception is probably... is Valerie still in disguise?
I mean, just that she's got cloaks and things over her armor and stuff. Okay. I mean, I guess she technically is, but she sure ain't she's not acting like a stag bandit right now.
Okay, I can see her. Can I see this guard in the tower to the northeast?
Barely, yeah, through the windows. That guard is going to have significant cover.
Right.
Just because you're kind of looking through windows, but you can see what that guard's doing.
And I'm guessing from his viewpoint, he's probably watching the old dude that just ran into the building, because he can probably see him further in there, or
definitely saw the old man run in, but can't see what's going on down.
What's his focus like? Like, what's he doing right now? Is he looking at me? Is he looking elsewhere? I guess
that guard hasn't really had a chance to act yet, but it kind of looks like the guard is kind of craning her neck to kind of look down and see what's going on. She looks confused. Okay. It doesn't look like she suspects you or anything.
Sorry, I'll try to keep this brief, but I just want to know my surroundings. Like, what do I see in the room that I'm in? Like, I think we talked about the 3 prisoners. Is there anything else of note? Like obviously right away.
If you want to take a moment to kind of take in your surroundings, then roll that perception check.
Okay.
And this will be a 1 action.
Okay. So like a seek action. Yep. That is a 25.
Okay. So you see the 3 prisoners. You gotta look at Oleg. Oleg is wearing manacles, not dissimilar from what the Technic League was using. I mean, they're different make, of course, but it's like he's a prisoner. The orc is locked up too. All the prisoners are kind of locked up that way.
Okay.
You take a look to your right, and you can see that there's a bedroll, a bit of hay, and a box of toys up here, and a knapsack as well, kind of over here. And it looks like someone lives up here, stays up here.
Okay.
So again, bedroll, hay, a box of simple wooden toys, and a knapsack.
What was the guy's name that sent us on this mini game?
Ox, the kind of simple-minded dude.
Yeah, I'm guessing these are his toys. Okay. What are the prisoners? Are the prisoners' hands just manacled together, or are the manacles like attached to the ground to like a weight? Or are they just
just manacled together, and they just all look kind of beat up and injured. And
They're not manacled to each other, but just like their hands are manacled.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're not attached or affixed to anything. They're just lying there. They're sitting there.
And in my perception roll, do I have a view of Oleg's like condition, or is that more of like a medicine?
Yeah,
thing?
you understand that his condition is really serious right now.
Okay.
He kind of looks like Mr. Orange at the end of Reservoir Dogs. He is bleeding everywhere. He's kind of gut shot right now. You can see that the arrow that he was shot with has been broken off, and the wooden shaft of the arrow is broken and only sticks out about 1/4 of an inch from his belly.
Okay.
And it's been left inside of him, and he's just bleeding, and he appears to be in tremendous pain, but he's conscious and he's looking at you.
Okay. And trying to keep cognizant, these are like 6 seconds that are going on per turn. So I guess I'm trying to...
High perception roll, though. So, I mean, you kind of take all of this in your first action.
Do I see anything about the orc and this other prisoner?
The orc looks malnourished and also injured. The third prisoner, again, appears to have kind of a bulky appearance, bluish skin, black hair that just looks wet and slicked and like dripping water.
Okay. Is there a source of water up here? Well, I guess this is wide open. I'm like, there's no roof where I'm at.
Yeah. Right. So maybe this creature is like sweating or just sort of just wet. No one's sure why.
Fucking gross. Okay. Like, has it rained recently? Like, what's the forecast with my 25 perception? Like, it's clear skies. What's the high temperature? Okay, sorry.
Maybe it's a little hot up here.
So I'm going to move forward. I'm not going to break character. So I'm still, hi, my name's Bandity, and I'm going to move forward.
I'm Bandit G.
Kind of in between, kind of surrounding these, or like kitty corner to all 3 of these prisoners. And I think last episode I mentioned to Oleg you said Oleg saw me? Or
Oleg knows that you're Mitch Groening for sure.
So that was second action. Third action, I will, I guess, interact to give him his hammer.
Okay.
And say to him, like, stay here, protect yourself. And I guess that would probably be my turn and not be able to, like, unless I can free action talk to the other 2 prisoners.
No, I mean,
it's been a lot of time. Okay.
But so the hammer is kind of in Oleg's lap right now.
Yeah, just lay low. Use this if you need to. We're gonna get you out of here.
Okay.
Sorry, that was really a lot of perception.
No, I mean it was that's the way it goes. It's Bandit F's turn, who you can see. Bandit F is going to exit out of the guard tower, move over to this bridge that's overlooking much of this raised walkway that's overlooking much of the camp. Now able to look down into the building, you watch as Bandit F knocks an arrow and fires the arrow down into the building.
Oh shit.
Oleg, it's his turn. Oleg picks up the hammer and he says to you, "Should I try to free myself? What should I do?"
Not yet, because I'm assuming I can see where the F came over within. It can see us all, right?
Yeah, and Oleg's just like not aware. He doesn't know what's going on. He's delirious almost.
Right. Hold on. Not yet.
So you motion him no.
Yeah.
And Oleg just sort of reacts to this, and he tries to palm the hammer, kind of try to conceal it, and that's his turn.
Okay.
The commotion grows louder underneath your feet, Mitch. Serio and Dry, you hear bangs and crashes and like the sounds of like water and lightning and magic and all kinds of weird shit happening in this building. Dry Colmay, it's your turn.
I'm going to move into where the guard previous was, down the hallway into his room, and he took off running north.
Yeah.
So what do I see when I turn that corner and look north?
2 guards. We'll call them Bandit G and Bandit E. E is who you've shot a bunch. G is over there as well. And you see that G has readied an action. And as soon as you round that corner, this arrow comes fizzing toward you. Miss.
Well, I'm going to oblige him, but I'm going to shoot at E insteed.
Sure.
He's my hunted prey.
Of course.
23 hit?
Yeah.
Do I need to roll the damage on that 1 hit point?
You do not. you bury that arrow.
Well, I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1, so...
Oh, God.
I rolled a 1, so...
You know, the arrow hits him in the hip, And he just, that's it. That's enough. He crumples down, and this bandit goes down. Okay. You got more. You got two more. You got one more action.
I don't have any more. That was a double move to get there because it was 35 feet. My movement's only 30.
Bummer.
Oh,
Yep.
well, that's
Okay.
way to be
All right,
honest.
so
Way
you
to be
took out
honest,
that fleeing bandit. That's going to take us to
Syria.
Syria.
I know how you like to skip, Chris.
I know. I almost did.
So how tall is this wall in front of me?
Brad, how tall is a wall if a wall is tall?
Normal house walls are 7 to 8 feet. If it's a taller wall, it'd be a 9-foot wall. If this is just like a shitty little shack, does the Stag Lord come up here at all?
Not really.
Yeah,
no.
so it's probably like 7 or 8 foot ceilings, most. I would guess.
I'm going to say that that it's about a 6 or 7 foot tall wall, and Mitch is raised up above you, like he's higher than you, because he's on the top of this building. So this wall is not a separation so much as it's like, well, first of all, you've got a ceiling over your head anyway.
Oh, there's a ceiling. Okay. I
So
was
you
thinking
can't
about climbing
quite
over the
see
wall,
over, but-
so that's not even possible.
But yeah, the ceiling above your head is the same level as where Mitch's feet are right now, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
So
So
I'm
there's a
basically on
ceiling.
the
I was
thing
thinking
floor.
about climbing over the wall, but that's
Gotcha.
not an
Yeah,
option.
Not
Okay.
an option. Unless you wanted to get out onto this raised bridge and then jump onto the wall, roll climb checks, to climb it. I would just love it if you would do that.
No, not going to do that.
It's a mini
I'm
game.
going to kind of follow Dry up these. So I guess this is kind of a ramp then up into this tower.
I suppose it must be.
So yeah, I'll come up in here and kind of go in the corner and peer out the window to see if I can see where Mitch is at and what's going on there.
Yeah, actually, that does work. You're right. Since you've raised up an elevation, that tower would overlook the top of the building. You see Mitch. You see these 3 prisoners that he's interacting with, and you can also see Bandit F over on that raised bridge across the fort, firing down into the building.
Let's see. So would they be in range of a 15-foot cone, this kind of cluster of people?
Goodness. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to shoot a rejuvenating flames out of the window against all the prisoners here. I'm going to try to give them a little bit of healing.
I came into this thinking to myself that you guys would have to play it smart. And you are. And I never anticipated that you would look out the guard tower, out over the prisoners. They're close in proximity. That you would just see Mitch there. Mitch, you see Sirio's head poking out from the guard tower. And you see him just...
And I've seen him cast that before, and I probably see it coming. I'm like, yeah, that's what we need.
Now, how are the other guys reacting who've never seen him cast it before? That's the real question.
Oh my god!
All right, man.
So they all heal 6.
I mean, yeah, Oleg is doing better. The arrow pops out of his belly, and his wound begins to heal. This orc begins looking around and kind of turns back and gives you this like toothy, like half smile, half kind of confused kind of look. And this 3rd prisoner whirls around as well, and again reacts as well. And HP are returned to all of these prisoners. And yeah, that's a good move, man. If we used hero points, I'd give you one. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that's all 3 actions.
What does Valerie do? It's her turn.
I feel she goes into the basement. I mean, she started that way. She now sees Dundee, like, in distress.
She goes into the basement. She begins trudging through the water down here, and it doesn't take her long to see Bashk Trand back in his natural Iruxi form, lying face down in the water, floating. She can't tell if he's dead or alive, but those are her 3 actions for this turn. She makes it into the cellar.
So is the bear still down there?
How long does the summoned bear last?
Oh, it was a summon bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you're sustaining it, it goes away.
Well, yeah, if he's up
there's
there
your
casting,
answer.
yeah.
Yeah, he's not sustaining the bear, so I guess the bear would be gone. Okay, thank you. I was about to be like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to run this bear against Valerie.
Valerie's
no, you're
fighting
totally
the bear.
right. He just didn't sustain it.
Valerie gets killed by the bear, too. The whole team.
Couldn't wear that top hat forever.
Different bear.
Nope.
All
Every bear,
bears from now on have top hats.
top hat bear.
Oh my god, that's the best way to confuse everybody. Mitch, it is your turn. Sirio has just rejuvenating flamed the 3 prisoners, and he's Bandit F has seen this.
Right.
Kind of seems like it's on like Donkey Kong.
The jig is up.
I'm not going to cut that. I'm going to keep that in. So
Yeah, I think you need to cut that. Or no, keep that, whatever, I don't care. I'm going to play the part. I'm not much of an actor, so this is going to probably screw me over. Can I say something with a free action and then ready an action?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to drop my armor, pull out my sword, and yell to Bandit F, help me secure these prisoners before they get loose.
Make a deception check.
Oh, boy. Well, that's not going to be great. That's a natural 5, an adjusted 5.
Anything? Oh, and you wanted to ready an action.
Yeah. So, like, for the last 2 actions, I'm going to swing at him with my sword.
If
he gets within range of me, I'm trying to get him to come over and help me secure these prisoners.
Okay. And it is Bandit F's turn. 5 deception check is not high enough.
Not high enough
to fool Bandit F. Kind of the wheels are turning in Bandit F's mind, I guess you could say, in her brain. She's seen the rejuvenating flames. She just looks away. She begins to move out. She goes downstairs and she yells down into the building, "They're up here! They're up here!"
I don't like my shitty deception check.
I can hear the guard, but I'm kind of preoccupied.
Yeah, you're up here clearing out the rest. So Bandit F seems to have alerted. Now we've got a couple different alerts to you guys being up there. Okay. It's Oleg's turn. This prisoner kind of catty-cornered to him, the one with the question mark. Oleg brings the hook-clawed McGillicuddy down.
No, Oleg, don't do it.
In an attempt to... No, you don't want Oleg to do it?
What's he going to kill him?
No, he's trying to destroy the chains.
Jesus.
I thought he was attacking the character.
I've never seen him use that hammer for anything that wasn't like smashing someone's face in. Sorry. Didn't even think of it.
No, don't do it. Oleg is trying to free this shrouded prisoner is what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm going to make an attack roll. That's a natural 1. Sorry. He misses the chain.
Oleg breaks his toe.
Yeah, Oleg hits his own foot.
So does a named character get a card for that?
Oh my god, I guess he does. Yes.
God damn it, Chris.
So it's not a good one. Broken weapon. Your weapon's current hit points are reduced to its broken threshold.
So Oleg is trying to free this prisoner, misses the chain, and his hook-clawed McGillicuddy breaks against the ceiling of this building.
Bro, what the fuck?
That's fantastical.
And Oleg just sort of slumps back down, shrugs, and is not in this combat anymore. So that's the end of Oleg.
Oh my god.
Oof. Well, what would Svetlana say if she was here, man?
Yeah, I think she'd have a couple words.
Bandit G is about to jump out of this guard tower because it's his turn now. Yeah,
What?
he does. He's going to take a move action over here. A second move action, the athletics check to do the horizontal jump move. Nice, good roll. He ends up in this square here, and then he's going to pull his bow out, and he's up on the roof now. He's jumped from the guard tower down onto the roof where Mitch and the prisoners are. The firefight kind of hits an apex downstairs. Things are continuing to happen. And that's Drycolmay's turn.
How many moves would it take me to get to that rooftop?
Well, you should be able to see G from where you're at.
I should be able to see G from where I'm at.
You can see G. He's got some concealment. You could also do something similar. You could, move through Sirio's square and just jump down onto the roof yourself if you wanted to.
That's one action?
2.
I mean, it's only 30 feet.
Yeah, but with the athletics check and the jump action and everything, I think it's got to be a move and then a jump, and then you've got a third action once you land. Or you can just shoot at G from where you're at.
Yeah, I'm going to send Hoot.
Oh, Hoot. Are you hooting and shooting?
I'm going to hoot and shoot. Well, I'm going to hoot, I'm going to hunt prey, and then I'm going to shoot. I'm going to get more redneck. Hey, Hoot!
Hoot.
Hoot! That's a natural fucking 20, boys.
Oh my.
There it is.
There it is.
All right, so what do we got here? That's fucking 17d8.
You hunted prey, I think. You sent
Yep.
Hoot. So it's going to be 3d8 and a d10.
That's what I like to hear.
And then we got the crit card.
And a crit card.
So that's 15, 22, D10.
Don't worry about it.
The D10 also is a 10, so that's 32.
32 damage.
The crit card for piercing was clean through, triple damage.
Oh, God.
so
Yeah, that's fucking
90,
amazing.
90 damage? Is that what I just did?
It's just right between the eyes, I think, Bill, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's just like G turned around to look like at Mitch, and as he spun, the arrow just right between the eyes. I would like to say that it knocked him off the top of the roof onto the floor.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that to you, but I think that actually kind of works out of your favor since he further evidence that something's going on up here. I will say that I'm going to say that this moment was so badass that it wasn't even after G landed. It's as he was jumping.
My God, no way.
You tag him in the head.
That's badass.
That's badass, yeah.
And he just lands face first on the roof and is dead. Is quite dead. That's what we call a good old fashioned Bill Beard one shot. So congratulations on that, man.
Wow.
That's clutch right there.
Sirio Xavier Sertova.
All right, so Bandit F. Can I see Bandit F from here through the window?
I don't think so. She's just too
Not
far.
really?
She's just too close. She's too far below you.
All right, so I'm going to try to climb out of this window, and I'm not going to jump or run, or I'm just going to try and climb.
Just easy does it, right?
Yeah, over to the platform with Mitch and Oleg, Orc, and question mark, greasy hair, hooded figure person.
Okay.
With blue skin.
Yeah, blue skin, greasy hairman. Okay, great.
So yeah, let's try to do that.
Make an athletics check.
Let's see. I don't think I add anything to this. All right, here we go.
Roll high.
Oh, 16.
Nice.
Oh, boy.
It's on the bubble.
You're a bubble.
You make it.
Oh.
And as you're in this square, you look down.
Oh, no.
And you realize that if you fell down here, you would be like in the Stag Lord's quarters.
El Mono with the Stag Lord.
So from up, I can see into the Stag
You
Lords.
can kind of see down in, well, you can't, it's kind of an interesting configuration. You can basically see like a hallway leading down into his quarters. And you kind of work it out and you realize that if the Stag Lord's in there, that like Dry Colmay is like situated directly above like where the Stag Lord is.
Okay.
But like if you fell down here, that's like bad news.
That'd be bad.
Oh my God.
He's in there. But you make it. And I'm going to just say it's 2 actions and you end up in this square here. Or you could deviate that a little bit if there's something important about it. But you end up on the roof with Mitch. You see fucking Oleg's broken hammer and this orc and this other creature. And that's where you're at.
Yeah, and I guess with my third action, I'll reach over to the hooded figure and take down the hood and say, "Who are you?
Who are you? Who are you?" You see this. Make a society check.
Not good at that, but let's see. Ooh, 17.
Donnie, who is this guy?
We fade into a young, light blue-skinned creature resting on his haunches on the edge of a rocky field. Impossible to miss are the impressive set of large, feathered wings extending naturally from his upper back. To his left rests another similar-looking creature, his mother. The two sit and watch 3 more of these creatures sparring in the middle of the field. 2 of the sparrers are young and armed with wooden practice swords, whereas the third is unarmed and older, his blue skin lined with wrinkles and scars like a map tracing his journey through life. All are members of a rare ancestry, known as Strix. The first Strix launches a ferocious swing with his sword at the head of the Elder. With an almost imperceptible movement, the Elder's head is gone from the sword's path. The older Strix grabs the swordsman's arm and throws him to the ground in one fluid motion before turning his attention to the other swordsman, who finds himself on his back before even registering he was a target. In the flap of a wing, as the Strix like to say, the 2 combatants are dispatched. The woman leans over to the boy, who is obviously overflowing with excitement. Be patient, Kritala. You'll be out there with your father training soon enough. Cut to a few years later, and we see Kritala and his father on the same rocky field by themselves. Kritala evades the first strike from his father, and a brief smile of accomplishment flashes across his face, before the second blow lands flush to his chest, knocking the adolescent to the ground. Better, son, but you must not lose focus over modest success. Remember to respect your opponent, for he who respects his opponent never overestimates himself. Rise so we can begin again. We fade out as the boy stoically collects himself from the rocky ground. Time passes. Kritala, now a young adult, sits across from his parents. His mother, with tears in her eyes, looks on as his father quietly addresses Kritala. While neither of us agree with your decision, we understand the need to stretch your wings. Remember the lessons you have been taught, both on and off the battlefield. Then, his father reveals a set of well-worn hand wraps from his simple linen robe. These have served me well, as I pray they will serve you. His mother embraces him lovingly and whispers, once you've proven what you need to yourself, please come home. Time passes. Kritala wanders from settlement to settlement, and all eyes grow wide and stare. After all, few places are accustomed to seeing a Strix stroll through their town. He's drawn to circuses and fairs, challenging prize fighters to lucrative bouts and dispatching most without issue. Gold and silver are often collected, but the real prize is proving that he can win and satisfying his wanderlust. In short, life is good. During the slow winter months, he unknowingly veers north into the stolen lands and into the destructive path of the Stag Lord. Suddenly, he finds himself in an odd situation. Too unlucky to avoid capture, too rare to kill. In short, life as a prisoner is decidedly not as good. However, fate may have yet smiled upon him. The kingmakers from Rostov have arrived. As he hears the unmistakable sounds of battle, he can't help but think back on his lessons he learned those many long afternoons on that rocky field with his father. It is time again to prove he can win the fight.
The Strix.
Strix.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, that's exciting.
I think it's a good character. I think it's a good one.
Duh.
Guys have any I dropped a hint or two with the perpetually wet hair. I don't know. What do you guys think is going on with this guy?
Just really sweaty.
I don't know. I guess that's just a feature of the ancestry. I'm not familiar. I don't.
Yeah.
This is totally new to me.
I looked at them a little bit, and I have no idea about the wet hair, so it'll be kind of fun to figure that out.
And I'll be honest, the wet hair threw me. I didn't read the ancestry either, so apparently Mike knows about more of my character than I do.
I like to zhuzh things up a little bit.
Like, does he condition? Like, is it just air drying or
It's
curler?
just
Only every other day.
That's awesome.
But yeah, the wings. So like with this kind of the hood and the cloak cover the wings right now.
Yeah.
yes, and in fact, as you pull the hood back on this guy and you look at him, you notice that there's this like leather belt that's wrapped around these wings, keeping them pinned down to his body.
Okay.
Yeah.
This Strix looks up at you, and you, with your society check, determined that this is an extremely rare person, man,
Humanoid.
known as a humanoid, known as a Strix. You have, I guess that's the end of your turn.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Oof. Okay, the commotion continues, and behind you, out of the corner of your eye, you see as lightning strikes out and kills Bandit F at the bottom of the steps back behind you.
Wow.
Holy shit.
It's like this is all happening fast. I've never been in like a combat situation before, but I have to imagine that this is loud and fast and confusing and stressful. But it does seem like these guards up on the top floor that you've been kind of dealing with are dead. That's going to take us to Valerie down in the cellar. Approaches Bashk and begins attempting to resuscitate him. But at the end of her turn, she determines that he's gone. He's already beginning to grow cold in the water. He's not breathing. His heart is not beating. And he is very injured. Mitch, it is your turn.
I'm going to, like, Oleg, I'm not going to free him because he's clearly quite useless at this moment, so he can just stay chained and think about his actions.
Poor Oleg. At least he killed Haps Biden. That's a good
point.
All that time ago.
That's a good point. Okay, well, I guess kind of to go back in time here a little bit, just to kind of, just with the flavor, like, so 12, 18, a few seconds ago, I caught the motion behind me of this bandit jumping out of the air and didn't even make it to the ground until there was an arrow in his forehead.
Right.
And at this point, like, I'm so used to Dry pulling this shit off that, like, don't even flinch. It's like, yep, I knew he'd have my back. Yeah,
you knew Dry would have him.
Yeah. No worries back there. I'm the cool guy. Don't turn around at explosions. I will, and I know that Sirio's got some, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, but like lock-picking skills, like you're probably pretty nimble with that kind of stuff.
I do.
Like, would you have shown that by this time in our...
Got some thievery going.
Yeah. So I know he'll be able to get these locks off better than I will. So with my turn, I will put down sheathe my sword, pick up my armor. Is sheathing an action?
Yeah, but I don't even know if your sword was ever out.
It was out for the ready to action. So if the guy came close, I was going to take a swing at him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. Or you could drop the sword next to you.
Yeah, I'll drop the sword.
Free action.
Yep. Pick up the armor, put it on, and that leaves me one action left. So yeah, I'm out of disguise now. So like I am like suited up.
So if you had to pick up the armor, that would have been action 1. And then is it 2 actions to don it then, or is it 1?
Let me collapse armor is 1 action. Yep, it's 1 action. I press a lever and floop.
It just flings onto your body.
Springs onto my body, yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm just picturing like an anime scene with the colors in the background just flying when you don that armor. And
not knowing the other 2 prisoners, if they're friendly or not, I'll spend the last action just saying, if you want to live, come with us, help us. And then I will, I guess my last action, pull the gag off of this mystery, Donnie, whose name we don't know yet.
Donnie, your Strix has just observed this bandit push a button on a box. It springs armor around his body. He's got a 2-pronged sword that also has some mechanisms to it, and he just looked at you, and as Arnold Schwarzenegger said, come with me if you want to live. What's going on in your guy's head right now?
Yeah, so, he's definitely confused, right? I believe he was basically unconscious up until a few moments ago, and he's noticed these bandits around. He doesn't recognize this particular bandit. He's certainly never seen one don this type of armor before, but he's also noticed bandits he has seen before dying. So I think he's going to guess that these folks might be on the side of good, and so he's obviously alarmed, and there's a lot going on, but almost a sense of relief here.
And you know what? It's your turn.
Oh yes! All right, so I think he's going to say, "I am currently bound, but as soon as I am unbound, if you're here to fight the Stag Lord, I will willingly help." Can you do an escape check to try to get out of...
Fuck yeah. You can do an escape check, try to get out of those manacles. Your strength is back. Your health has been repaired. You're feeling good.
Let's do that. What am I rolling on that? Is that athletics?
Well, it's acrobatics or athletics or your unarmed attack modifier, whatever is the highest.
Oh, we're going to go with athletics then. And we are going to roll a total of 19.
19?
Yeah.
They are manacles, though, so I think there's like a bonus to them. Somebody look up manacles.
Oh, I was thinking the wings.
Oh, the wings?
The bindings
absolutely,
around
the wings.
Okay.
Yeah. So you, I can't imagine the relief that you feel as this leather belt is slipped off of you, and these wings come up. You guys seen Dogma?
Yeah,
I was actually just thinking with Rickman. Yeah.
So I was picturing that, and I just pictured the wings knocking Sirio off the roof.
Oh no!
So yeah, so at this point, you hear this buckle or binding or whatever it is, right? It snaps, and Kritala stands up. He's about 6'5", blue skin, feathers. And he spreads those wings out almost like you wake up in the morning, you're stretching, like he's making that, and it's about a 6 foot wingspan as well, right? So he's being careful with them. But yeah, he is standing up full, and he says, "My name is Kritala, and as soon as I get these manacles off, we can take the fight to them." You ever roll another escape check for the manacles?
Fuck yeah.
All right,
and you're subject to the map, so I don't like your odds, but hey, put a 20 on that dice. Maybe we got something.
Nope. Still manacled.
Okay. Mitch, make a perception check.
Fuck. 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, there's that.
I can't believe Mitch didn't ask if Strix are a bird.
God damn it.
Not Brad, just
you a
Mitch.
bird?
And Mitch in character. Are you a bird?
You've got feathers.
Looks at Siri and goes, hey, are Strix a bird?
What color are the wings? White.
They're, blue and white.
Blue and white.
Blue, white.
Dry Colmay, it is your turn.
All right, tries to feel it himself right now.
Whoa.
Are you?
Dude.
Well, you know what I mean.
Like,
You are by yourself in that guard tower.
Yep, just, I'm sure over there. So Dry's like he just one shot at a guy out of midair, so he's feeling himself a little bit. So this is what Dry wants to do. We're gonna walk through this, and we're gonna see how well it plans out.
I'm sensing some chicanery, but I cannot wait.
How high is this ceiling?
That's above your head right now.
Well, that they're on. Like if I jump this, if I come out here, jump this, and then run over here and jump down, that's only 8 feet, right?
Yeah, you're about level with them right now. Like what Syrio just did. He just leapt out the guard tower window onto the top of the building. Like you could follow him out there.
Well, I want to leap down by like where's the door to the basement? So it would be right here.
It's about a 12 foot drop down. Like if you wanted to drop down.
So I would have to. It'd be like right here.
You'd
Like
be
if I
able
wanted to
see-
land, like say next to Dundee,
Yeah, you could do that.
I could land right there, right? It'd be right
Yeah,
there.
you know that Dundee. Well, I don't know that you've seen him.
I haven't
there,
seen
but-
I haven't seen anything down there.
Yeah, but yeah, you could make it down there.
Quit. I'm feeling like I'm in the battle now. Like Dry is so excited that he's helping Bash exact revenge. He just killed 2 people and he barely put up any effort. So right now he's all in himself. Like, yeah, let's fucking go. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
So
you
I'm
can
gonna
do this. I think it's just the athletics check to scramble over out of the guard tower onto the ceiling, and then you're just going to run past everyone else and then just jump down into the building.
As I'm running past, and be like, let's go. He's super pumped. That's an 18 on the die plus 9, 27.
I've never seen something so smooth. You're doing great, man. You do this.
You just
You jump
fucking-
out of the guard tower. You run across Kritala, the Strix. This is your first vision of Dry Colmay as he's just hustling past you, and Dry just fucks off the top of the building down onto the ground. And that's the end of his turn.
please tell me you did a backflip when you jumped off.
Well, I was thinking more like the front flip, because I'm jumping down, just front flipping.
Oh, yeah.
Dry, as you land down on the ground, you do land near Dundee, who is just flipping out again. He sees you, he recognizes you, he looks up at you pleadingly, and you know something is wrong, but you're not sure whether you can give Dundee a lot of attention right now, because the sounds of battle and magic spells and yelling is very loud down here. There's a wall about 15 feet to your left, a thin wooden wall. You've been on the other side of this wall before, back when you were looking at the Cherry Pie Bandits and that locked up owlbear and everything. And you can detect now the quieting sounds of battle. There's still people moving around over there. There ain't as many voices as you once heard. That is the end of your turn. Syrio. Dry's gone. Dry left.
Dry's eyes, yeah, so he basically leapt over us and then parkoured down into the area with the basement thing, right?
Yep.
So I guess I can also hear that the battle's quieting down.
It's waning, but still going.
I'm going to use I don't know if it's a seek action or just to listen closely. I want to try to recall when we encountered the owlbear, if I've heard that noise like from the previous owlbear fight. I want to know if the owlbear's engaged in this battle.
Sure. Yeah. Make a perception check.
Okay. 24 total.
Okay. You hear the owlbear down there. You hear him throwing himself against the bars. And just as you'll recall, there's a switch somewhere up here to release that owlbear down there.
I guess I want to try to find the switch. So I guess a seek. Can I do that with my second action, or would that take more time?
Yeah, you can do it with your second action. Do you want to try to look for it, and I'll also kind of roll a recall knowledge in there with it.
19.
You think the switch might be back the way you came in the guard tower area. Maybe you and Mitch got a moment to kind of talk, because I know Mitch kind of inspected it when he was down there, last episode. Mm-hmm. There's some mechanism kind of in this area where you and Dry were engaging these bandits. Probably.
I don't know if I would point to the wall to the west and be like, the cable ran that direction.
Yeah, Mitch, you would know that, it's got to be, again, somewhere
or the chain
between
or whatever,
this guard tower and this guard tower. It's somewhere around there.
So I guess with my third action, I'll relay to Mitch. I don't hear the owlbear in the battle, but I think he's trying to break free of the cage. And if he's just going to wreck stuff or go nuts, let's try to help him.
Yep.
It's Valerie's turn. She realizes the truth of this now, and she takes 3 actions to emerge from the cellar. She ascends the stairs, and she's face to face with Dry Colmay. And she says to you, Bashktran's dead down there. That is her turn. Mitch.
He'll pick up his sword with 1 action, and then with my remaining 2 actions, I will do the best I can to get into that. Would that be 1 action to get into the guard tower from where I'm at?
Yeah, so you're going to scramble back over the wall, back into the guard tower, back where the way that Sirio and Dry came.
Right.
Make the athletics check.
All right, athletics.
I think you'd need both hands free to climb, so you probably got to sheathe that sword.
Okay.
And then use both hands to get over the wall.
Okay.
I didn't do that correctly for Dry, but...
No, that's fine. So I'll, sheathe, pick up, sheathe, and then move, so that'll be 3 actions. It's a 19.
Yeah, you're in. And I'll give you a free perception check in there to try to find the mechanism to release the owlbear.
Fuck. 10.
You don't see it. You're not sure. It's not in your view right now, I'll tell you that. In this tower that you're currently in, you don't see it.
Okay. It's not in here.
It's not in here. Kritala holla.
Oh, God.
So, yeah. We'll try another athletics check. He's struggling mightily against these manacles.
Roll that natural 20 and break these manacles. That's what I want.
Total of 21.
No, I mean, It's just, the DC is just too high.
Yeah, so he kind of struggles around with those for another 2, for the rest of his turn.
Yeah, he's just
like,
Okay, I understand. Okay, God, this takes us into the next round, and this takes us to Dry Colmay. You have just learned from Valerie that Bashk is gone.
Dry's gonna look at her in disbelief and be like, "What did you just say? I didn't understand you."
She says, he's gone. He was attacked down there. I think by this old man came running out. It must have been him.
Dry's gonna spend 1 turn staring at her in disbelief.
An entire round?
No, just one action.
Just 1 action?
Just 1 action.
For that. Okay, you got 2 actions left.
I'm gonna move back up these stairs to where I can see Sirio. And then Mitchell can probably see me, right?
Yeah.
If I'm here.
Yeah, that's a platform. You move onto that platform. And so
I'm just gonna make a move up those stairs to that platform, and I'm gonna yell at Sirio because I don't know if Mitch can hear me, and I'm just gonna yell, "Bashk has been slain."
So you yell, "Bashk has been slain," and as from that vantage point, you whirl around, and you can now see down into the building. And this is what you see. You see that Bandit A lies dead in the building.
Fuck him.
You see that Bandit B lies dead in the building.
Had it
Bandit
coming.
C lies dead in the building. Bandit D
God.
lies dead in the building. Okay. Nugra, the old man, is sitting here at the north of the building just casting and just howling with rage. You see the owl bear throwing itself against the bars, trying desperately to get out and defend these bandits. This owl bear almost seems to be like domesticated or something like that. You see that this tatted up guy, remember this tatted up kind of this dickish lieutenant is like right now engaged with Nugra with these 2 daggers. Just in his face, trying to defeat him, as is Ox. The 2 are shoulder to shoulder, and it's not. You don't know who's going to win. Meanwhile, you see that this chain-mailed third lieutenant is kind of standing here looking around, and he looks very injured, and he's not sure what's left to do. That is what you see as you stand up on that platform and deliver this news to your colleagues.
Like we just got Bash back. Like,
just saw him.
We just got him back. Like he's fine. That's
total denial.
Doesn't make any sense.
Total denial. I understand.
Yeah, just trying to process that, because just the amount of time that's gone by since we last saw him has been really less than a minute. I mean, a lot of this combat has
2 or 3 minutes tops. Yeah, I mean, because there was a little time in there, but yeah, for the most part, yeah. I mean, it has not been long. He's gone.
Yeah. So just realizing that leads Syrio to believe that something or someone pretty powerful is out and about. So that kind of gives him pause, and he may want to reevaluate releasing another powerful creature into the fray.
Right. And it's your turn, Chris.
All right. I would like to assist our new winged friend here to kind of release the manacles. So are these on the feet or the hands?
Just
or
on
both?
his hands, yeah. So the way that this works is that you need thievery tools, which I'm sure you have worn on your body. So you'll need the action to draw and wield the thieves' tools, and then you make the thievery check as your second action.
Okay. So yeah, I'll pull those off. They're in like not like on my belt. They're in like a side satchel bag thing. So I'll pull those out and then make the thievery check. Thievery check is a 21 total.
Click.
Nice.
There you go,
Nice.
man. And then I stow the thievery tools away.
What about the orc?
Cut his throat.
Oh, yeah. No, I step up and say, "Who are you?" No, I don't know. I don't think I have enough action. So I used to.
Yeah, you could move
to free
up
the
to the
guy,
orc,
and then
I
I could
guess.
kind of take a step up here between, I guess, next to Oleg and next to the orc.
Good turn from Syrio Xavier Sertova. Valerie's up. Valerie climbs the platform with you. She reacts to your stoicism. She collects herself. She draws the bow, and she fires down into the building with significant cover, and she fires on one of these remaining bandit lieutenants. Natural 5, she misses, but this arrow whizzes down into the building near one of them. They look up. They see you too. Mitch Groening, it's your turn. You're looking for this thing.
Yeah, knowing it's not in this room, I will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I'll have to double move up to where the slain corpse of Bandit E is, stepping over him so I can get a full look at this room, and then do perception check, a seek action in here.
Yep.
It's going to be another fucking horrible. It's another 5, so there we go. It's a 10.
I mean, it's 10. I mean, this thing is relatively obvious. I mean, you do see a crank really off to your left on this wall here.
Okay.
And it does appear that if you were to spend a full round cranking this thing, you could release the owlbear.
So I'll yell, I found it. Do you want me to open it?
I guess it depends on how much info Dry relayed to us about it, because you mentioned that it seems domesticated, like it's on the bandits' side. So I'm worried that if we do release it, we're just gonna have to deal with it and the remaining bandits,
Well, the other theory on that is if we release it,
or it just runs amok.
well, if we release it and it attacks the old druid, and we attack the old druid, it won't attack us until we attack it. In theory.
You know, I said the word domesticated, but I don't know.
I don't know if we would know that.
I don't know that you guys really know one way or another. I mean, it was throwing itself at the bars when you guys were down there too. I don't know. So
I
you're
just think
not,
it wanted to treat.
I mean, I would
you're just
be
not quite sure what it's going to do.
knowing that the amount of bandits and lieutenants that we saw down in that area, that main area, like Mitch would be all about like, let's get some more freaking chaos down there. You know, we've got a fairly defensive position right now. I don't know if owlbears can climb stairs, so we should be safe up here from that.
They certainly can't open doors.
Right.
Yeah,
gates.
if Luke had freed the Rancor, what would have happened?
Right.
in Jabba's
Yes,
palace,
exactly.
right?
Let's find out.
Syrio yells out, "Release that beast!"
Yes.
Release the Kraken.
I will when it's my turn.
We got 2 more rounds.
Kritala, it is your turn. You're 6'5". Your wings probably take you up to 7 foot. You're walking around. Hey, what's this guy's physique? What's he look like?
He's pretty cut. Their abdomens are pretty cut because to those wings, right? Take all that muscle power, right? So he's constantly working that out, and his
I don't know why that's funny. It's funny. He's constantly working that out.
He is, right? Yeah,
he is.
He's constantly working his core. So yeah, I mean, he's
got
not
a strong core.
He's not like. It's like, damn, that dude. He maybe skips leg day, right? He doesn't have like chicken legs, but yeah, he's big guy, right? He's the biggest Strix you've ever seen for sure. So
yeah.
So is he in a? How are these prisoners kept? Are there bars here? Or are they just like?
Nope, you're just sat out in the elements, man.
All right, so
your manacles are off. You're in it, dude.
He is going to take 1 move action to basically get here, and similar to Dry, he is going to jump down off of the platform.
Just like Batman.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah, Batman glide down. Nice.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because like no athletics checks. Part of his ancestry feat is called Nestling Fall, which he can, as he falls, as long as he can take an action. He can glide down on his wings. So this could have been 200 feet in the air, 20 feet in the air, doesn't matter. He'll land without issue.
So Donnie,
yep.
You can end up in this room here or this room, depending on which side of the wall you decide to jump down. Which one do you want to do? Because it looks to me like you could end up face to face with Nugra if you wanted to.
Well, that would be interesting. Could be a short-lived character.
You see how this wall is kind of represented here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think his real goal is to get down here near Dry and Valerie.
Okay.
He doesn't know them, but he saw what Dry did. He's obviously with this group that just freed him. So he is. Yeah,
you've seen Valerie firing down into the building.
Exactly. Too. So he's going to land down there, and he's going to kind of run up here and be next to Dry for his third action. And he looks over at Dry and says, "What's the plan? What are we doing?"
I'm gonna kill everybody. That's all Dry says. Dry just looks at you and goes, "I'm gonna kill everybody."
You guys look down, and this armored sort of proper bandit lieutenant is in the middle of bandaging himself, and then he draws his weapon and takes a move action and goes back to approach Nugra back into the fight. And then you watch as Ox begins taking attack actions at this druid. 2 of them miss, 1 of them hits, and he kind of takes a piece out of this druid a little bit. Nugra's turn. You can see him now. Oh, let's roll. Nugra is in the fight.
What does he have, like 7 spell slots left?
Nugra casts Electric Arc on both Ox and the tatted up lieutenant. Oh gosh, both of them actually are going to pass their reflex saves. That's so interesting. And he's going to do some damage on them. Okay. And then he steps back like this. He takes a 5-foot step back, again, just howling in anger. That's the end of his turn. That brings us to... and then the tatted up guy is going to follow Nugra over here and begin making attack rolls on him. And Drycolme, it's your turn. So you see this combat continuing to evolve down here.
So, Dry's demeanor is completely changed. Like before, it was joy and happiness, and he was going to battle for his buddy. And it all changed, and now he's going to battle to avenge his buddy.
Wow.
So he's going to leap from there to there.
Down into the courtyard where you first entered.
Yeah, I'm going to move. I'm going to take 1 action if it's possible to jump down and get to somewhere in this area.
I think you can leap more, probably do about here. You can kind of do a horizontal leap and a fall in 1 action to get here.
Okay. And then I'll take 2 actions then to get to where I'm at now.
Okay, so you're right back by the gate where you first entered.
And then I'm going to shoot Nugra in the back of the head with an arrow.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it does.
Fuck. No hunted prey, no nothing. Just jump, land, and shoot.
Just a D8.
It's 3 damage.
Okay. He turns around, and you catch eyes with him. And he just yells, "More!"
Oh, for fuck's sake, Bill.
What?
Why did you do that?
What would you have me do? Run and hide?
That's what Drycolme would do. Drycolme, the valor of that move just then.
You would shoot Nugra?
He killed Bashk. That's all
killed
I know.
Bashk.
That's all I know.
All right.
That he is my target right now.
All right.
Sirio, Xavier, Sertova.
All right, with the Thieves' Tool in hand, I will first try and free Oleg,
Okay.
since I actually know him. 15 plus 8, 23.
Yeah. Click.
All right, and let's try to free the orc. I don't know who you are, but
Come
let's get out of here.
You guys know what I'm going to say. Hey, I just met you. This is crazy.
This is crazy. A total of 21 on that one.
Click. And things are a little awkward for me right now. Because, see, I placed this orc here a long time ago. Back before I decided to kill Bashk by Bashk's hand. This orc is a listener NPC.
Oh.
Whose thunder has been stolen by the introduction of Kritala, the wet-haired, sweaty Strix. So this is what I think we're going to do. I think we're going to give this orc a proper introduction in due time, perhaps next episode. But this orc looks at you and he goes, "Thank you, young one." And he stands up and he's going to just sort of cross over here to this raised up bridge and cross it toward where Valerie and Kritala are. And he looks down into the building as well. And he just goes, "Wow. This.
Wow. Is he high?
Wow. There's something very holy about this guy. It's an interesting juxtaposition. He's just wearing he's just unarmed. He's just wearing a tunic. He's just got kind of, clothes on, but man, he's built in his own right. That's gonna take us then to Kritala.
Oh, third action, I want to move up and follow the orc.
Oh, right.
Again,
Do
with
that.
Chris. Again with Chris.
I'm sorry.
I can only move 25 feet, so I get that far. Not quite to the bridge overlooking, but maybe I can kind of see down into the fray from here.
Yeah, you can probably see these guys, right? You can see definitely this whole area.
Sirio, Valerie, Kritala, Drycolme. This melee's going on around you. But Sirio, as you get over to the lip, you're able to kind of see down a little bit. Kind of got an interesting angle. And you kind of detect movement back toward the back of this building. And out of the darkness comes striding the fucking Stag Lord.
Oh, shit.
And he just looks around at all these dead bandits. And he's just like, "What the fuck is this?" This bow comes out. The Stag Lord says, "Father, you've always been a liability." Out comes the bow, knocks an arrow, and this arrow just goes streaking out. I'll just give you guys the result of that roll next time, but it looks pretty severe to me.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
And Kritala again acts out of turn, looks at Battle and goes, "What's a bash?" Everybody keeps talking about bash.